Hello, hello, retired faculty and staff. Wow, has it been a 6 month period of time around here at Concordia? As you know, in March, we went fully remote. Initially, just supposed to be for a couple of weeks, ended up being through the full semester, and challenges for sure. I bet you can imagine just running through the scenarios of how do we teach, how do we connect, how do we create relationships with students when we can't physically see them, and certainly it was a challenge. But I want to tell you that the legacy that you left here is one of stick to it, power through, make sure you stay focused on the mission, and I love to report back to you that man, our faculty really did that. They came through. It was over the course of a weekend that we went classes here face to face to all online, all on Zoom. And so a Friday hearing, hey, we're remote for a while, to Monday within the span of a couple of professional development hours, to Tuesday having every class on Zoom with 99% attendance that very first day, and an average of 98 to 99% attendance through the whole rest of the semester on Zoom. And that speaks a tremendous amount to our relationships that the teachers had built up to that point, their ability to shift and to provide a quality experience for our kids. It was phenomenal. And I know I'm proud of them. I'm sure you would be too. The feedback that we got from our students and families just very positive through that time. And then we went into the summer thinking what's going to happen next. A lot of administrative conversations during that time, a lot of conversations with faculty and staff and the health department and so on and so forth. And so during that time, when we left and went remote and during the summer, there's one thing that we really wanted to try hard to do, and that was continue to create community as best we could when we can't see each other face to face. So weekly Zoom meetings with faculty and staff, devotions, singing, which is interesting when you're on Zoom, but opportunities to connect and stay together as much as possible. One of the great things about Concordia is the Christian community that's built. Even now, that continues not only with folks that are here, but folks that are retired or have gone to different places or whatever, alumni, and that's been a real strong point. We continue to try to lift up and to try to make sure that we're doing, because we're all focused and centered on the mission, certainly with Christ at our center. So through those conversations in the spring and summer and started school, main focus was try to get back face to face, if at all possible, knowing that those relationships, connections with the kids is really important to have face to face. And so a lot of guidelines in place, plexiglass installed and desks moved, and mask requirements, and a whole host of things. Some activities able to get going right away, some not so much. Dealing with, continue dealing with loss and cancellations of things has an impact. But again, as the teachers came back, as the students came back, just jumping into that community, jumping into we're here for a purpose, we're here for a reason, we're here to focus on our mission. The students being joyful to be back, wanting to be here, wanting to make use of the time, willing to adapt and do what needs to be done in order to be here. It's interesting to hear from teenagers sometimes. Hey, just tell me what we need to do in order to be here, instead of sometimes the teenage response of, don't tell me what to do. but hearing that, again, uplifting, knowing that the community that's been built here for years, that you have been a part of, that you continue to support, was just fantastic, uplifting, energizing for the adults in the building. And so we moved through classes, we moved through extracurricular activities, co-curricular activities. It's a challenge. Please keep the faculty and staff in your prayers, because, as you might imagine, with quarantining and all these kind of things, every classroom isn't full every day. So teachers have a little added responsibility, not only to teach who's in front of them, but to provide for those that are well, but at home for a period of time. And they're doing a masterful job. They really are. And we're standing on the job that's been done before us, and wanting so badly to continue that mission-minded focus going forward. So seasons have continued, drama performances have continued. Sadly, our marching band didn't get to compete this year, but man, I got to tell you, they're so focused on spreading the gospel and spreading Jesus love around that they're finding ways to do that in multiple ways, and that's inspiring for us. And the teachers and directors and those folks just really trying to find ways to help kids engage. So we've made it through first quarter, and we have had a couple of positive cases, but we've managed through that to not have to close the building. And we look forward to continuing to try to be as much as possible face to face so that we can develop strong relationships, help faith formation for students, especially during these times, to make sure they know that beyond the shadow of a doubt, God is with them, God is with us, and that his promises are true no matter what's going on around us, global pandemics or not. And so we look forward to continued opportunities to minister to students, to develop relationships, to offer education, offer the Concordia experience as best as possible. Um, as you know, we did a major project this summer. We redid the track. We put in a new scoreboard, tennis courts, and field turf. So thankful for all the support that we've gotten for that project. We continue now to do master planning for the academic and auditorium and gymnasium and in those areas that we know we need to continue to improve the facility so that the quality of our facility matches the quality of our programs. And I would say that's been inspiring too, just the high level of positive response for the quality of the program through pandemics or not. That's a testament to what's gone before us. We're very thankful for that, and also for those that are serving currently. Enrollment wise, we have 622 students here at Concordia Lutheran High School, and so down a little bit. Certainly, some families deciding to go online versus in this COVID era. We made a decision through the summer that offering a parallel online program would be very difficult for us to do to the level of excellence that we wanted to. We're still looking at those possibilities, but we felt that we needed really to put our time and attention, energy towards face-to-face. And I would say that most of the families connected with that and are here. COVID around the Lutheran system, numbers are down a little bit, but so we look ahead and say, okay, what is the impacts not only this year but next year and the year after and the year after, and keep that in your prayers, please. So I think overall, we want to impact as many families as we possibly can, and we know that there are challenges for folks out there right now. And so how we create those opportunities for people to come here and be a part of this ministry are really important. So that said, we miss you around here. We can't wait to have more people around here at the school and involved in different events and getting together to reminisce and talk about the ministry of the school. So sadly, we can't do that this year as much, but we're looking forward to the time when we can, and probably appreciating that to a higher degree than maybe sometimes we in the past don't always appreciate to the highest level that we can those opportunities. I do pray that God is continuing to bless you and keep you safe and healthy, and that when we have the opportunity to get together again, that we can talk through the ministry and share stories and memories. Those are always so uplifting to me and encouraging as we move forward, pursuing Christ-centered educational excellence that equips individuals for lifelong service as disciples of Jesus Christ. So not only hearing just from me, but we got a student here for you, Thom, who's a senior. We asked her to talk a little about her experience in the spring and also now in the fall here as she enters her last year at Concordia. So you're going to hear from her a little bit. And again, just thank you so much for all that you do to support the high school. Thank you so much for your service for so many years. It truly has made a difference, continues to make a difference. We'll try to carry that forward with the students, families that we impact today. God's blessings to you, and we'll see you again soon. So, Madeline, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us who you are, what year you are here.
I'm Thom. I'm a senior currently, and I am involved in many things, including choir. I'm an AP student. I do soccer. I do drama. I'm in NHS. A lot of things.
Great. And so tell us, last spring, we obviously went fully remote by governor's orders. Tell us about that experience as a Concordia Lutheran High School student going fully remote.
It was honestly really tough for me at first. Like that day, the day before we were told that we were going remote for the next 2 weeks, that we were going to extend actually to the end of the school year. We were told that our choir tour was getting canceled. That same morning, our chamber choir jazz competition was canceled, and it just felt like the whole world was falling apart. But as we slowly got used to Zoom classes and learning remotely, it kind of was comforting to know that everybody's going through this right now. Everyone is struggling in the same way we are, and all of our teachers are doing the best they can to accommodate to what we need. And it was really nice because all of the students, we kind of bonded together. I started a small little Bible study group with a couple friends on Sunday nights because we couldn't talk about stuff like we used to do, like during lunches and stuff, but we would just meet and just talk for a while, and it wasn't the ideal experience, but we made the best of it.
Wonderful, wonderful. And so then, coming back to school this fall, obviously a little different, some different guidelines and changes. Talk about what that's been like for you.
It's been interesting to say the least. It's a lot harder to get help like we used to, but it's been interesting. We have lunches in our classrooms, so in that way I get to ask questions during my lunch hour to Mrs. Kohler when I don't understand anything in AP Calculus. But I have a lot of great friends in that class that are able to lift my spirits, and I don't know, it's just been hard, especially in choir, because we have to mask up and sing distant when usually we're holding hands, we're joking around, we're having all these fun times. But this morning I walked into our little choir sectionals and had the biggest smile on my face because I knew that we were going to give it our all today. But it's been interesting, it's been hard, but we're powering through.
Yeah. And talk about your extracurricular activities, things you've been able to do or not do, or what's been the experience outside of the normal school day?
Our soccer season continued as it usually does, though we did have to practice in smaller groups for a while. There was a big scare about Wayne's team getting quarantined, but we were fine. And then we finished our season strong. And choir, we haven't been able to do many activities. We held one concert, but we haven't been able to return to the churches, unfortunately, which was my favorite personal thing. I'm really looking forward to when that can happen again, but I don't know, it's getting there. For drama right now, we are all masked, singing distantly, and we will be masked on stage, and we're making the best of it.
Great. Anything else you want to say about school year or anything to these folks?
Even though it's been a lot different and it's definitely not how I pictured my senior year to go, it's still good. I'm making my life and trying to keep a positive energy, knowing that in a few years it's going to be a memory that I'm looking back on, even though it has not been what I imagined at all. And yeah, it's been good.
Great. Thanks, Madeline.
Thank you.
So now you've heard from Madeline, student perspective, and again, it's just energizing to hear from the students, the challenges that are real, but also the successes that are part of their lives and the community that's been built. Just what a great story to be able to form her own Bible study and to walk through the challenges during that time. And man, what a great thing is Concordia creates that opportunities for students and instills that in them. And we see that demonstrated, and good modeling for us, good examples for us as well. So again, God's blessings to you. Stay healthy, stay well. Can't wait to see you around here again. And go Cadets.